You get half an hour.
Yeah, this does not look like.
It's Tony Hawk's with goats at him. Like, it is. That's what
look, okay, that is.
You found a trampoline.
Okay, yeah, so that is like a virtual skate park, but it's
goat driven, yes.
Yeah, and I just realised my microphone was all the way down, so yeah, anything I said was basically from your microphone.
Oh, it's all relevant anyway.
Yeah, okay, we're watching
it reminds me of Early Crisis, to be honest. But you were saying?
I'm saying we're watching a goat simulator. We are watching
well,
this...
not a goat simulator. There's only one goat simulator.
The goat simulator.
Yeah, that's better.
So this is the reformat of the podcast. It starts with I'm guessing a goat simulation.
Well, you could just look this up and overlay it, couldn't you? Unless you're streaming live.
Yeah, we are actually streaming live right now. So yeah, anything you're seeing on that screen with the goat simulator is absolutely not being streamed live.
Oh, just look up goat simulator like gameplay. I think that's what I looked up, and it was one without a dude in the front picture.
Okay.
Yeah, but the guy got hit by a car at around 2 minutes and 7 seconds or something like that.
So yeah, okay. So that's the goat simulator.
Well, if you can stick it out for 2 minutes, you'll be able to find the video, no problem.
Okay, well, that was a preamble to the podcast, I guess. We talked about Goat Simulator and, right, so we're instantly having problems.
Oh, that's typical.
Yeah, it's very, very fucking typical. I was trying to play the theme song then, and I don't know if it played on the,
I didn't hear anything, so...
Yeah, no, that's the problem, and I don't know if,
well, if we don't hear
see,
it,
I'm not hearing anything now, either.
Hold on, let me...
No, don't do anything. I'm going to try and fix it. You can...
Well, I'm not getting shit out of that. That should work.
Yeah, I know. So, hang on just a second. And we'll try it again. And, yeah, there's probably a drop-off in the live stream and whatnot. But, let's try and go to the intro again.
Good evening and welcome to the program.
However, experience the earth is round and not suppository of all wisdom.
They're the so-called man caves where many husbands
They patriots all across Australia.
Dividing people into groups of racist.
Well, then you're a racist.
In our democracy and way of life,
1 in 6 Australians is now living off the dole.
Being persecuted for expressing their right to
We don't want
free speech.
Australia to be overrun by these people.
And I got obsessed with my body straight away.
Indeed. Well, we're in the grip of the Ice Age, the dealing and use of the drug ice.
On religious preaching in Rundle
The
Mall.
Australian flag, Anzac Day, the national anthem, bacon.
Hey, welcome to the Local Rag Podcast. I am, as always, Adam Sage, and yeah, I am dealing with many technical difficulty right now as I try and get the first story up. But at the moment, as you may have heard from the intro, Andrew is more interested in us looking at videos of goats jumping around.
Oh, it's goats.
It's
Don't
goats.
take this on me.
It's absolutely on you. I blame you 100% because as I now put the... Fucking hell.
Is that wrong?
Yeah. Right, now I've got the, what needs to be up on the screen, and we can talk about, so this is the first Local Rag podcast that is going to be going live on YouTube as well. So what you're hearing on the standard, the way it would come out, like on Libsyn and that, on your iTunes and Google Play and whatever, you are hearing a unedited, basically a stream of it. It's no longer going to be edited like what just happened then. I played the intro and everything, and Yeah, now, what the fuck have you done?
I'm just reading ahead.
Yeah, well, kind of, yeah, you get to read along with me. Okay, we're working out the bugs. Anyway, but everything now is
You don't
live.
want to read all of that.
It's going to be edited. And no. So why am I saying it's going to be edited? It is unedited. It is going out completely live now. And yeah, I've made some improvements to the podcast that should help with this. But right now they haven't really improved at all. But
so what's your policy? We should establish this stuff up front then. If I want to be vulgar and crude and appeal to the lowest common denominator, is that allowed, or should I restrain my vocabulary instead of?
Oh no, you should absolutely be as vulgar and crude as possible. And we can get into the, I guess, the first story that
this is pretty vulgar, crude. If you want.
Yeah, it's from columnist Caleb Bond, who is he's 18 now, but he started out as a 17-year-old kind of right-wing journalist for the Advertiser, Adelaide kid.
Who cares?
Right, but he has some interesting things. Here is his first article. Pedophiles have no right to privacy.
Oh, man hates pedophiles. Wow, Adam. Fucking news story. There's still that dog biting fucking bush or barking at trees.
We can absolutely skip this story if you want.
I feel like we might be skipping a few stories.
Yeah, well, if you don't want
it... just sum it up.
Okay, basically, pedophiles have their names protected, so you can't just go to a registry and look up where the pedophiles who've been released from prison in your area are. And he's saying, yes, that's a good thing. Most people are saying, no, that would lead to vigilante justice, which he's kind of hinting at that, let's let it out.
Maybe not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
I don't know. I agree with him, but also...
See, that's why it's an interesting article.
But it's long, Adam. Long. It's got the word pedophiles in it multiple times. Generally a subject you steer away from,
But not when you're talking about hurting them.
Yes, I know, but, there's the exception that breaks the rule. And there's reasons you don't tread the rules, you know what I mean?
Okay, well,
polite society, you don't start off your inaugural podcast talking about a pedo. There's rules of marketing.
Yeah, well, you'd think so, but here we are. Well, what about this next story? Animal cruelty activists call N.
Well, that's much better.
Okay.
I'd rather, stab a dog than fuck a child. What the fuck?
Yeah, I agree. Given the choice, stab a dog or
not
fuck
a choice. It's a lifestyle.
Okay. Well, what about this?
Call me a dog stabber.
What about this second one? Animal cruelty activists call end to sweltering summer conditions at sea for vulnerable livestock.
Oh, well, that would do it. I didn't realise climate change could be fixed by the RSPCA.
Yeah, well, I know, right? Because they're saying
this whole time.
No, but it's in
just took activist.
No, it's in the title.
Done it.
Activists call end to sweltering summer conditions at sea for vulnerable. Like, they are saying that they want the summer to be less hot.
Well, okay.
That's their problem.
Well,
No, but for the animals, they want fuck. I don't know if this is. Yeah, I don't even know if this is gonna work.
Taking these activists' word and using it in my own conditions, I call for the end of my own personal servitude in the system. I want to be wealthy and not have to do anything. So, Australia, get onto that.
Yeah, but
this animal thing, this is hard to fix.
Right,
Andrew with lots of money, easy, give me money. Jesus Christ, these people are idiots.
Yeah, no, I just love that it's in the title. They call to an end to sweltering summer conditions. Yeah,
they didn't actually finish because I'd heard there's a drought.
There is a drought. I was asked to donate $2 today at Foodland when I did my shop.
I donated semen.
It's not funny.
Yeah, kind of.
I know you think it's funny. I know you also think it's funny to like open your packet of cigarettes directly in front of the microphones for all to hear.
That's not my fault. These are modern microphones. They should be quite accustomed.
No, they're not modern microphones. They're condenser microphones. And you've got it set away from yourself to the point where I have to turn it up loud enough that...
Hold on, I'm about to light a cigarette.
Yeah, and it's going to show up. Well done.
Thank you.
No, but more than 16,000 sheep...
cigarettes on television anymore. I feel children aren't exposed to it enough.
No, they're not. Apparently, what do you call it?
You know,
Like places that promote cigars and that, cigar lounges have been banned from putting their location on Facebook because they're tobacco related. So if you have a cigar lounge,
fair enough.
really, but you can have a weed fucking lounge in LA, but that's allowed on Facebook, but the cigar lounge isn't.
Because it's Facebook, yes, it's perfectly fine.
Okay. Yeah.
And you know what the simplest way around that is? You know,
create your own Facebook.
Not create a Facebook. It's even easier. It requires nothing. Literally, don't do something. I think grandparents have the harder task of trying to enforce that on a fucking rebellious child, but you know,
Yeah.
it's not that hard. Don't give them Don't tell them about computers.
No, I get that. Sorry, I'm just hitting like random buttons and nothing.
Hold on.
Nothing on this soundboard is working right now.
What about now?
No.
Well, I can do the sound effects in lieu because I just hit.
Yeah,
break the fourth
literally
wall, I hit 0, so it should go back to a
right. Yeah.
basic sound.
What I'm gonna do is we're gonna keep talking. What were you talking about?
You know what we need to do is stop and regroup because I have a way better idea of what we're doing wrong and why you're fucking this up.
Yeah. Well, what are we doing wrong, and what is being?
We're not. You know, to break the. If there is such a thing in radio.
Right.
Call in 866 Rock 1023. And we'll take
Yeah,
your call.
I've
no. What we're not doing is monitoring the situation, are we? Why don't I grab another computer and we monitor the broadcast? You know, Harry Carey, it's all fit.
Right, but the thing is, everything says that it's working, but
that doesn't mean it's working.
No.
So to the people of the internet, howdy. Hi.
Right, this should be.
How's it going?
See, this is.
Well, I can hear that.
Right, that yeah, that is working. That's what I mean. But okay, we've got maybe something.
I'll be dead now if it wasn't my David.
All right,
Okay,
so they've
it's
it's just started working as soon as I hit one of the first. Okay, this is really fucking frustrating.
I've got a chicken palmy that's fucking burning a hole in my pocket and a meatloaf pizza.
Okay, you want to pause this podcast, the live stream?
Oh no, I can't eat a fucking another bite at this point.
Right, so what is it?
Oh, it's just gloating.
You're just talking about your Okay, so we were talking about
of meat. As I like to call
right, but hang on. Let's assume that the the soundbar, the sound effects are now working again. You want to like go away now so you can do what with your fucking surplus of food?
Oh, I thought I ended that. I don't have anything like that. I was just
okay, animal cruelty activists call to end sweltering summer conditions at sea for vulnerable livestock. So more than 16,000 sheep and 944 cattle from South Australia have died at sea in the past 5 years.
That's sheep and cattle.
Okay, well, it's 16,000 sheep and only less than 1,000 cattle.
Hold on, how much does that weigh? Can we get up a livestock weight? Average livestock weight?
We probably could.
Well, what would you say a sheep weighs?
I don't know, whatever the ratio is between like
40 kilos?
I don't know. I don't know. 1/16 of a sheep. I'm guessing. I'm guessing a sheep weighs 1/16 of a cattle because it's basically 1,000 cattle and 16,000 sheep. So I'm guessing the weight is 1/16.
Well, you'd go more on volume. than weight at that point. It's a ship. It can take a bit. Why you put it on a ship rather than a plane? Cheaper.
Yeah, that's true. But a lot of these sheep came from...
The
No, but
amount
here's
of
the thing.
space. Like, you can cram sheep into a reasonably tight container.
Yeah, but where do most of these sheep come from?
Adam, if you could...
They come from New Zealand, and have you ever heard, like, you know, like, could you imagine what these sheep are saying in these conditions? Like, these New Zealand sheep that are getting shipped over? They
I don't hate men, but I wonder how a man would feel if they'd have lived my life.
Gay! Yeah, I just had to do that. Hannah Gatsby.
Just an excuse.
No, any excuse. I had to test out that the fucking buttons are working, and they clearly are. And that was very fucking funny. I challenge you to fucking press buttons and it be as funny as that.
I don't know what buttons to press.
Well, you
You'd
know.
all be dead now if it wasn't my David.
If it wasn't for my David.
That's a great button to
watched
press.
Star Trek because this is inevitably what it's going to tell.
Oh, Star Trek.
Yeah, well, we might as well embrace it. In a future podcast.
Yeah, you fucking laser button not working.
What's that? Don't blame me.
I'm blaming you.
You proclamated to the fucking community of internet fans.
Okay, you're just switching between things now.
The 0 and 3, Adam.
Okay. Well, neither of them are...
Well, that works.
He took my toy. You'll all be dead now.
Yeah, see, don't do that, because that's really annoying to people listening. And this is supposed to be
I realise that.
No.
Inaugural podcast?
Yeah, it is the inaugural podcast.
We should say we're drinking champagne.
Oh, yeah, you're drinking champagne, I'm drinking vodka.
You're breaking the 4 walls. I'm drinking champagne.
Right, more than... are we still... Yeah, we're still going with this story. More than, blah, 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 and shit.
I've got an idea that's probably pretty good.
The Greens MP... Greens MP...
He took my toy. She hit my bell. I want a potty. I want a cookie. I want to stay up. I want me. Mine. Now.
Right, what the Greens MP... I'm sorry, that's just a good clip for any Greens...
You should have prefaced it, or whatever it is. Before it, you should have said, well, Greens MP said, then played the clip.
Yeah, true, but what she actually said was, live exports must end with transition to 100% domestically processed box chilled meat trade, she said. Mrs. Franks commissioned the State Parliament Library to collect figures after Animals Australia footage last week was aired on TV. She said as a bare minimum, summer shipments must end, arguing it would bring a halt to the worst conditions for animals as temperatures can sometimes hit 60 degrees Celsius.
Oh,
now, funny, this should be mentioned because I heard about this on ABC radio recently, and the idea that these animal activists are flying drones over farmers' lands to apparently catch them out. And even if they don't catch them out, they'll just edit footage from into what they found from another place just to get people to try and stop. And these animal activists are on record saying, yeah, we don't care whether it's true or not, we just care about shutting down all meat production. And there are actually laws right now going on about in Australia, like the whole drone laws in Australia, about where you can fly a drone. Everyone's like, oh, why am I being restricted? It's because of animal rights activists just doctoring...
No. It
is. It's farmers and animal rights activists in a fight, and those laws affect the rest of us as far as drones.
Scapegoat.
Okay, really?
Yeah,
well, what is the real problem? Enlighten me.
Wasn't there an Australian...
Enlighten us all.
An Australian dude just denied his fucking thing in fucking some Asian Muslim country for like fucking... He did something. It's like a South Australian dude maybe as well, like a film fucking producer. Been on the news. No. You listen to the ABC as you claim.
Yeah, I have, because my phone broke and I had to tune into the radio, so I just
woe is you. You poor fucking pheasant.
Yeah, pheasant.
I'm sick of the word peasant. I'm bringing back pheasant.
You poor pheasant. What with your non-flight? Do pheasants fly?
Yeah.
You should the actual flight or like chicken flight?
Well, Adam, you'd hit them with a stick rather than shooting them if they didn't fly. They're a fucking pheasant. The only thing they have is flight.
You sure?
Yeah. They
really? I thought they had like chicken, like turkey flight where they could like jump and flap their wings.
No.
What? So pheasants, not pheasants, rather pheasants, like will catch a wind draft and actually fly for distance. Yeah, I'm not talking about Wright brothers fly. I'm talking about actual.
Yeah, I'm 90% sure pheasants fly.
I don't think they do. I think that's why they're hit with shotguns.
I think they do.
I think they're like dumber than ducks.
No. What you need to do is keep talking while I grab some more cola.
Okay, LiveX, Miss Frank commissioned saying bare minimum shipments must end with apparently livestock hitting 60 degrees, which I agree with.
You can't look at this bum.
Yeah, of course it is. No, I personally agree with that. Like, why do you have to export it live? Just fucking kill the animal and then fucking export the meat. There is absolutely no fucking valid reason for live export other than
there's plenty of valid reasons.
There is like some religious thing on the other side where they need to fucking like kill it themselves, so it, you know, it's like, you know, halal or fucking kosher or whatever. No, Australia is a secular country. We will just give you the meat and we will tell you that whatever fucking weirded hat guy from your particular weirded hat guy culture did his weird hat guy fucking symbol fucking in the air before the animal was bolted in the head. And we'll just leave it at that.
The whole reason they want halal certified meat is so they know no one's jizzed on the cow's face.
No, so it's so they know nobody under the age of 6 has... I don't know.
What are you claiming? All fucking dark-skinned people are pedos?
No, I'm claiming all Muslims worship a pedo.
Well,
their Messiah is a pedo.
Yeah, but you just say they worship him, you know. You're stealing a lot on fucking Muhammad.
I'm just noticing here there's still a green bar on the feed, and we've just called the Prophet Muhammad a pedophile. So that will disappear soon.
What's the green bar mean?
It means we're still streaming.
Why would they cut the stream? They're not monitoring this shit in real time.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Well, no, because this is the first one, so nobody's listening.
So this is more for the archives.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, okay, this is what I want to rant against.
Yeah, go for it.
Fucking, you know,
be noisier with whatever the fuck you're doing with your cigarette packet.
Cigarette people, you know, kids don't smoke.
Could you be noisier?
I could.
Yeah. I've got your microphone turned up to the point where you don't have to be near it. And
I will start singing about Common Eileen. You know, I've heard that song on the radio. It's in my head. But
is it, yeah, I used to think it was Come On Eileen, I swear I'll get in, just keep moving, but that's not at all. I actually downloaded it for what was originally the intro to this episode, which was a joke about something in America, Planned Parenthood put out songs to have sex to, or, you know, or whatever, and I was gonna tie it in with Ramadan.
Ramadan preach.
No, but I did have like the Eminem beat. Dun, 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 dun. I'm actually looking it up on the computer.
Common Eileen got a good intro. But what I was gonna say is, who hasn't been affected by American children? Personally, I've been banned from Pokemon online server thing, and yes, I can accept certain responsibility for playing an online video game.
Yeah, well, why did you get banned? Explain that.
Well, it's for trolling, Adam. Which I feel...
Were you?
Yes.
So you were banned for the reason that you were banned for. So you broke the rules and were banned for breaking the rules, and now you have a problem with it. Smells like.
I don't have a
smells like a fucking university fucking Marxist to me.
No, I don't have a problem with the fact they banned me. I have a problem with the people who banned me. I'm not angry against the system. I'm angry against the individual that's allowing the system to exist.
Well, now you're a conservative YouTuber. You've just switched. I don't hate the system. I hate that cunt.
I will flip flop at the drop of a hat. I will promise that. And it rhymes, so you know it's right. No, but because
so you're John McCain. You're John McCain. Yeah, exactly. And a man who would flip flop at the drop of a hat to keep.
Oh yeah, if a Korean was shoving a bamboo fucking cock in his mouth.
Yeah. What was the joke I heard on Louder with Crowder about him? It was fucking
Japanese or Korean.
He couldn't. He was like, it was some guy who said, yeah, well, he put up with Korean torture. I can't even put up with Korean hospitality. That's a good joke about the Korean people. Yeah, John McCain had to put up with Korean torture. Personally, I can't put up with their hospitality.
Was it fucking Ronnie Chang?
See, you want to say it's
jungle
funny.
Asians? No, but what I'm saying is fucking Jodie and Soda in the morning, right? I'm constantly berated. I don't want to hear the sound of a child speaking, let alone laughing or screaming. Like, I know it's an unpopular view, but keep that shit to yourself. What the real thing is, why does every single mainstream media organisation only focus on female viewership? When was it decided that males are irrelevant? I would like to have got that memo. Then I don't really. It's just when it's blasted at you, like radio is.
Yeah, well, like
you don't want to get me started on fucking cruise. It's supposed to be your fucking Saturday night jukebox.
Yeah.
And you're playing fucking disco music.
No, that was
Fuck off.
that was Enya. Well, okay.
I don't have a problem with Enya. There's a time and a place for it, and it's called college. No. But, I don't want to hear this shit. I don't want to hear that shit.
Right, that is Love Amongst Freaks, Berserker, which was playing way louder than I thought it would play. I apologise to everybody. Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
It
was deserved.
Yeah, no, it was. You genuinely put me back in my place. No, what I was trying...
Could I talk about my plan for Australian exports then?
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was thinking, with these American children controlling vast parts of the internet gaming service, and then being little whining bitches.
Yep. Go on.
There's multiple ways about it. But
Yeah.
one way I figured, and you could call it controversial, it skews in that direction.
Yeah,
So
go.
we breed Aboriginal Australians.
Yeah.
Aboriginals, as we like to call them. The Aboriginal Australians.
Yeah,
with
Indigenous Australians.
Yeah, Indigenous Australians. You couldn't call them Indigenous Aboriginals because we're just saying the same thing twice, aren't you? I think that's wrong.
Well, no, Aboriginal means of the land.
Yeah, so Aboriginal... No, my Aboriginal Australian probably works then. But Indigenous...
No, I think you mean...
Indigenous Aboriginal wouldn't work.
Indigenous Aboriginal First Nation people.
That's saying the same thing 3 times.
Right, I think that's how you be I believe that's the same as saying, holy shit, I am...
But the Native Americans are Indigenous Americans. Or North American. United States people. Whatever you want. But anyway. Them with our crocodiles. We have lots of crocodiles in certain parts of Australia.
We do. For our Indigenous Australian...
So, what do you get? A crocodile. So, you market that to American children. And
already has been.
We were even easier to do that. So they're like, oh, well, I'll order these crocodiles off the internet because they love the internet. They're fucking
Right,
mad
but
for it.
crocodile is already a thing. It's a chocolate Twinkie. And if
But
you're going to be giving it to the
we
First
said-
Nation, Indigenous, Australian, hang on, it's
I like to say people kind, not necessarily mankind.
But I'm
Right,
saying
thank you,
we
Justin
breed
Trudeau.
Aboriginals with crocodiles.
Yeah, no,
so we get intelligent crocodiles. So the crocodiles will just only bite the heads off the children.
Wait, when did this come in?
Well, this is the whole plan. Why would you breed a crocodile if you're not going to bite the heads off your children? They're the ones ordering the thing.
Yeah,
no,
well done.
no snare. Because I haven't finished.
Okay.
And
Go
then, thus, I'm able to get, hopefully, back on the Pokemon MMO server quicker. If 18 million children in America die for me to get... I say it's just.
That's what the bloody Marxists always say.
Yeah.
They're not wrong. I don't think they predicted my predicament, to be honest. The Marxists, I would say, would be ignorant of the internet.
Really? Why?
I don't know. It's just a feeling. It isn't that all that matters, Adam.
Oh, okay. Do you want to go into this story next? Where these Australian comedians rather ever funny?
Okay, answer? No. Because think of one funny Australian comedian. I dare you to. You can't. You got to take a sip of your beer so you have a fucking minute to think. Oh, who the hell can I think
Well,
of?
no, because this is warning offensive content.
Yeah, I saw that.
Old straight white men today are up in arms. They can't travel around Australia telling jokes about poofters and Japs. Oh, didn't you hear the joke about the out of touch male babbling incoherently about gay sex, muttering fuck at various intervals in the hope of the audience will just laugh? No, I have not heard of this comedian going around Australia. A bunch of dated Australian comedians have come out today and lamented the state of the comedy industry, in which they say has been hampered by political correctness. The softness of the new generation of PC-wary comedians needs to grow some balls and not worry about pleasing the audiences. 80s comedian Ostentatious told the Daily Telegraph. Now, Ostentatious is not one to speak about the state of Australian comedy, because Ostentatious used to follow me on Twitter.
Well, that's proof enough that we should disregard anything he says.
Exactly. And he stopped following me when I started liking tweets by somebody else who follows me, Chris Wainhouse, because they were having an argument, and I thought Chris Wainhouse was being very funny by sending memes of Ostentatious and having like a bingo thing behind him, saying that, you know, basically implying that the only gigs he could get were hosting bingo games.
Oh.
I thought that was funny. Ostentatious did not. And by the way, Ostentatious, huge fucking Jew. Like Jew to the max. Like State of Israel Jew. Basically, so anyone who says you're not funny, he turns around and says you're anti-Semitic and you should be attacked.
Adam, because you don't like a single Jew. I don't think you understand anti-Semitism. You can't not like every Jew and not be anti-Semitic.
Okay, you want you want to take over the control?
Yeah, you highlighted this whole fucking article.
Yeah, well, I was highlighting it because I was going to play a clip of Rodney Rude.
Okay, lesson 101. Rodney Rude? No. Okay.
No, it was his McDonald's thing.
How about this for an idea?
Oh, you can go
some original content, Adam. You might want to try it. It might work.
We were going
original content. You can regurgitate what the internet's already put out. You want to steal journalists' hard work and comment on it? Okay, you can be the next fucking Owen Benjamin or fucking...
Why would I don't play the piano. Or no.
Well, you can play a fucking penis flute. That's skin flute. That's what they call it. I'm insinuating you're a homo. homosexual for those. I don't.
No, I was gonna say you can just type into YouTube there, fucking Rodney Rude. That was a clip. I was like, they're saying that this comedy isn't relevant anymore, and
I thought the whole point of podcast was to put out original content.
No, the whole point was to take this article and then to review what they were saying was no longer relevant, which would be Rodney Rude's McDonald's bit, which I was going to play.
What I would like to propose is a way to get out of the day-to-day monotony of everyday life.
Yeah, go on.
So, what's the number one problem with Australian society today, 2018? Australian society. We're not working towards anything, really, are we? The betterment of the individual, that's failed. You know, let's call a spade there. But why not to be the greatest nuisance ever known to planet Earth? So what I'm proposing.
Well, what I'm proposing is, will you just listen to the audio of Rodney Rude?
Will not.
Well, here it comes.
Get Rude on!
Now, tell me what you're saying.
It's a dude in a costume.
It's a guy who has.
Yeah, you can laugh. I'm the bloke who gets all the roots around here, boy. Difference between a 12-inch cock and an onion, nothing. They both bring tears to your eyes.
Is that not a good joke?
I'm the main man.
Oh,
I'm the
you
man.
can't fold
I'm the
it.
man.
This is what I'm saying. You need to judge.
Yeah, I'm
for yourself.
I get the roots.
I mean, this guy has a suit where his knees are his waist, so it looks like he's humping whenever he moves his knees.
Truck drivers know what I'm talking about. Chip wrappers, Coke tins, yeah, full condoms with knots in them from your mum's house, mate. Fuck off, mate. You got everything.
This is totally your humour.
Three big McDonald's garbage bins with the shit out of our truck. The manager walks out, he goes, what do you think you're doing?
I don't want to hear this.
I said, we're putting them...
Alright.
I won't listen to a good comedian.
Yeah. No, but that's Rodney Rude, and you were on board for a second. When he was...
I don't think I was.
I think you were with your mum jokes.
That's different.
That's an art form. How dare you?
Yeah. But my point was, I think I got a way to get out of our existential funk.
Which is?
Okay, so in secret, we develop a nuclear program in the guise of the Australian space industry. What was it? That funny one that was going around the internet, arse or something like that?
Yeah, the Australian... hang on, arse. Australian... yeah, I've invented a new country. I've invented a new country. You keep it under your hats because the revolution is upon us. No, it's the Australian Space Research Exploration.
Oh yeah, ARS, A-R-S-E.
Yeah, it's not spelled American ASS because we have CLASS.
I thought it was spelled ASS, but anyway.
No, it's spelled correctly.
We use that as a guise to developing orbital nuclear.
No, a guide.
No, a guise.
Oh, you're talking this is trickery.
Yes. Orbital nuclear stations. And then, while no one's suspecting that, the Australians have got a nice observatory up there, well, they've got two of them. We take out Japan and Germany in tactical nuclear strikes.
Why do we have to take out Germany? Hasn't Islam already done that for us?
No. Because the whole the UN's going to...
do you want to take out Sweden and London as well?
No.
France? I'm pretty sure they're already gone.
One of them is key to our plot.
Which one? Which Islamic state?
No Islamic state, Adam.
Really? Oh, because no Germany, no London, no Paris.
We're leaving,
I'm just talking
London
Islamic states.
We're leaving London and Paris alone. Taking out Japan and Germany.
Okay, so we're taking out Japan and an Islamic state.
So we've nuked Japan and Germany, right?
Yeah, well, Germany's not an issue anymore. You only have to nuke
and
Japan.
then they convene a secret meeting. Well, they're not a secret meeting. They convene a meeting of the UN. Right as they convene that meeting, we bomb with nuclear weapons the fuck out of Italy. Yep. And they're like, okay, this has got to be from World War II. Australia's pissed off. What do we do? Right at that minute, we nuke Israel. And they're like, what the fuck? If they're pissed off at World War II, why don't they just nuke Israel? And then you know what we do? We call ourselves Swiss. We change the flag. We stick up a sign in front of Ed Rock. This is the fucking Alps. We give everyone a blonde wig. They come over here. This is
Why would you need to give everyone a blonde wig if you want to keep
everyone else?
If you want to
Sweden.
Yeah, Australia is pretty fucking wide, and when you look at Sweden now, yeah, you know what? We need to convince people we're Sweden.
Well, they're going to come over
more Africans.
No. Well, they're going to come over here.
Sweden is the rape capital of Europe.
What's with the desert? What's with the beaches? It's global warming. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
It came with all the blacks we imported. That's Sweden.
I think there's a lot of white people there.
Not anymore. There were.
The country's not got a lot of white people.
Exactly. That's why it's a fallen state. Oh, let's go on to this next one. Like, since we're just jumping through topics on this podcast. Yeah, why does it sound weird in my microphone?
Because it is weird. Why do you care about some uni student?
No, well, this one's funny. Uni student encourage...
Okay, replace uni student with faggot.
Yeah, well,
faggot encourages people to understand their white privilege.
Now you're just talking homonyms. Uni student encourages people to understand their white privilege with racially split performance. Isabella Wahama Mason still might be a student at Melbourne University, but her assignments are already getting her national attention. Mrs. Mason, a 20-year-old student and dancer at Victorian College of the Arts, has created a show that asks people to, quote, process their personality in a colonial state in a world where whiteness is privileged. Where We Stand is the name of the performance. Mrs. Mason's performance ritual will finish its run tomorrow night. But before it finishes up, the uni student wants people to understand the message she is trying to convey. Earlier today, Multicultural Affairs Minister Alan Tudge attacked Miss Mason's performance and said the University of Melbourne had, quote, adopted identity politics. Where We Stand begins with the acknowledgement of a country before the performance. Invite anyone who identifies as Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander into the theatre. Following that, people of colour, Indigenous people, and anyone who identifies as being from an Asian diaspora are also invited into the theatre. So that doesn't cover Chinese people, does it? Because the social justice warriors, you know who they hate just as much as the whites? Asian. The Chinese. They hate anyone who studies and works hard and doesn't ask for a handout.
Asian diaspora would say Chinese are welcome.
You'd think. But when you get to... Yeah, when you... Right, so if you go down, you're going to see a picture of this woman who wants white people to check her privilege. Their privilege, rather.
Well, she's white, you would know.
Okay, you're just going to skip past. Oh, there's the wall of acknowledgement. Now, how could you just not write your name as cunt on that? How is that not filled with the word cunt? Oh, do you know what happened to me today at the supermarket? I was asked, oh, would you like to give $2 for drought assistance to the farmers? So I said, yeah, sure, add it to the thing. And then she handed me a fucking, little, thing, like a piece of paper. Like a teardrop-shaped piece of paper where I could write my name on it and they'd hang it up on like a wall for all the people who donated. And I went, no, you know what? Just take the $2. I'm not going to write it. But now that I think about it, I should have just wrote cunt. So they'd have to place it up.
I don't know if you know this, but today the drought ended because there was $2 It was all the difference.
No.
Drought was in full force earlier this morning, about fucking 2 o'clock today. Drought ended.
Right, so you just want to skip past this story?
I think so, yeah.
Alright, well, hang on. I gotta find. Oh, if you're gonna eat fucking, you know what? I don't even know how long this fucking podcast has been at this point. I have no fucking idea about the time when we started. And you know what? Let's just go to fucking, let's get into some crime.
Cops fighting crime in a future time.
You swear one more fucking time and I'll put you in the lockup for the night for disorderly. Just like last time, I'll deny your bail and some big fella's going to play with your arsehole through the night. If that's what you want, say one more fucking swear word.
Right, a man accused of taking a garbage truck on a joyride through the CBD overnight has been arrested. Just after midnight, the operator of the garbage truck parked it near the intersection of East Terrace and Grenfell Street, where he returned a short time later. It had vanished. That's just that typical thing of it's a diesel, I'll leave it running, and of course no one's going to steal a garbage truck. And this guy, it happened. Luckily the truck was fitted with a tracking device, helping police find it on North Terrace and Gilberton. The suspect, a 37-year-old man of no fixed address, was found nearby. It is always a man of no fixed address whenever some retarded... Well, you know what? In fact, 90% of crimes are committed by people of no fixed address. So what does that tell you about people of no fixed address? Let's just put them in jail.
Or give them a fixed address. Problem solved.
Yeah, well then they'd all be of people of a government appointed address.
Most crimes would be.
Right, so let's just put those people... Let's make government appointed addresses jail. Just knock it on his head and be done with it.
Kind of rest of bureaucracy, the system failed.
He was charged with illegal use. Okay. Driving under the influence.
He's hardly going to be charged with illegal use.
I know, but I like that he was pissed as well. That kind of makes it redeeming. At least, well, it says influence, so he could be a meth head. Driving unlicensed. Well, of course, a guy who steals a garbage truck is Okay, yeah, where were we? Driving unlicensed and refused to be breath tested. Okay, so he was pissed. He was refused bail and will appear in Adelaide Magistrates Court later today. Well, today being when this happened, which was actually months ago.
But every time you hear the news, right, the police are always saying, oh, he was found with a large quantity of cash in his house. And then there's that fucking Arab terrorist chick who was like a med student.
Oh, the one here, and she was going over to be an aid worker for one of the Muslim aid things,
and we don't,
of which there are actually zero. There are 0 Muslim charities.
Adam, she was going to find out when she got there.
That there are 0 Muslim charities.
But as far as I can tell...
Literally, there are 0 Muslim charities.
But as far as I can tell, the evidence we have against her is that she had propaganda on a
fucking ninja hat on her head. That's, as far as I'm concerned, that's reason enough to lock her up.
No. She had a book we don't like, essentially. A digital book, but it's still just a book we don't like.
No, she had ISIS videos on her phone.
That's a book we don't like. This comes up too many times. We arrest way too many people.
Yeah, all those fucking, child fucking pedophile people who have child pornography on their computers. Think of them. Why should they have to hide hard drives in their floorboards?
Yeah, that's a little bit of a different situation.
What, between ISIS and pedophilia?
We can deal with ISIS.
Yeah, we can deal with pedophilia.
Yeah,
it's called a hole in the head and a fucking trench.
Yeah, a blunt stick. I understand that. But terrorism? Because, Adam, terrorism can change. Today's definition of terrorism is not tomorrow's. We can't say having adverse views is wrong because What if society is wrong? What if the Arabs are right? What if this
When
young
have they
lady,
been right?
Well, this young lady was prepared to risk everything to be beaten. Fucking.
Oh, it's like that
turned into a
fucking.
sex slave.
No, whoever that feminist chick was, who went over to fucking like Israel or fucking wherever the fuck it was, went over there in like Iraq or wherever, and got raped in that, and came back and said, no, well, it's the patriarchy, it's white man. I just didn't respect their culture enough. And then I wouldn't have got beaten and raped. No, you went to their culture where you're supposed to be beaten and raped. You can't blame white people for not training you properly to deal with... Basically, she blamed white people for not training her to be submissive to that.
Well, she has a point.
Yeah.
Because in her scenario, it could have worked that way. I don't know. These articles are gay.
Yeah, well, these are the articles I researched like 3 months ago.
Well, they're gay. Kangaroo Island beer theft fronts court more than 30 years after the crime.
Yeah, some guy stole beer from Kangaroo Island 30 years ago and he got caught recently.
31 years ago. Leave the cunt alone.
Alright, let's move it into another crime. Here's one that's actually recent once I...
Ben Cousins, okay. Way to keep current.
Yeah, once I work out how to resize it so it's legible.
Take Ben Cousins out of it.
Yeah, fallen AFL star Ben's cousin living with brothel madam. Yeah, the fallen star had been living with a well-known Australian brothel madam before his downward spiral. Blah, 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 blah. He was, yeah.
Don't want to read out the brothel owner's name, eh?
No, I just, I know you want to go through. No, but here's the thing. The 40-year-old and the brothel owner is way older than that. And, yeah, what I'm going to say is, will it go into the, actually, it's the reason I pulled up this story and saved it. There was actually a reason. Yes, he was living... Okay, so how do I explain this? There's this football guy in Australia who got like a bunch of medals for being a really good... Like he won basically a whole bunch, like 3 or 4 MVPs. Every year he played, he was like awarded MVP kind of thing. Most valuable... I think in Australia it's called like, it's a Brownlow. But, to put it in American terms, it's like most valuable player kind of thing. He was like the Peyton Manning of Australian like football. And what happened was he kept getting done for being a crackhead and doing meth. And recently he got arrested again and it looks like he's going to go away for a bit amount of time now. And when they said, "What's that in your butt crack?" he proceeded to push it up further to the point that he had to be taken to hospital so they could get the evidence of why they arrested him, which was like 12 grams of methamphetamine.
Why are they looking at his butt crack?
Because, I don't know.
Had you done some arse-related offence?
Yeah, he was arsing around. It was arson.
You shouldn't have to get your butthole checked. You want to push
You
something
shouldn't.
in.
But here's the thing. If you don't want to get your butthole checked by police, maybe don't be an ice addict for about 10 years and every time the police go up against you, put things in your butt.
You want to put things in your butt, put things in your butt.
Yeah, but make them legal things.
No, stick anything you want up there. That's the Andrew tick of approval. No wrong, no harm found.
Okay. There is... Oh, here we go. Oh, no. I think I just accidentally closed it down.
Probably not a loss.
Not a loss. How dare you? Yeah, that was temporary screens to be installed on Southern Expressway to stop rock throwing attacks. Have you seen these? Do you know about this? Have you heard about this?
One down the road.
Yeah, this is the one they're talking about.
So they fit the side of the Southern Expressway with rocks.
Yeah, with screens. Yeah, no,
no. First they fitted it with rocks.
Yeah.
and then people are throwing these rocks.
Yeah.
Lucky they're not throwing shopping trolleys.
Yeah, it's almost like the people who designed it weren't fucking sick in the head and thought, oh, this will give an opportunity to people to pick them up and throw them at cars.
Well, the cars are travelling fast.
No, but here's what I saw a few weeks ago. Some fucking crazy cunt dancing in front of it. In front of where they were putting up the screens and that. It's like, I've seen cops around the area just like driving back and forth, looking for people
Police
who...
have been around the area for ages. They're on like the bike paths and that.
Yeah, because of rock throwers. It's been going on for months.
Yeah, I know that. What I'm saying, fucking a few people die.
Yeah. Oh, that didn't work. Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody wants rock throwers in their area.
No, people want rock throwers. They just don't know it yet.
Right, but...
Take out the undesirables in society. A few rocks. Timely placed.
Yeah, well, way to kill the energy of that.
I'm sorry, but, you know.
No, you're sorry, but you're not anywhere near the fucking microphone now. I haven't been monitoring it.
Well, that's the microphone, but I can hear myself fine.
Yeah, you can, but that's just because of how much I've got the... Well, I've got you turned up to the point where you should be able to hear you fine. And yeah, you should be able to... Yeah, this is not going well for a first episode. Well, who cares? Really?
Someone threw a rock at it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, high-powered lighting is part of the solution, according to this. Yeah, it also includes high-powered lighting, installing high-powered lighting, blah blah blah, in low-lit areas, removing built-up vegetation, increasing rewards for arrest and conviction of offenders to $50,000 and doubling to maximum penalties for rock throwing to 10 years in jail.
Well, that'll get them.
Right.
That's what a 15-year-old cares about.
Yeah, and that's the thing. This like young person I saw was like just standing in front of where they were putting up the bollards, like where rocks are, and he was just dancing randomly, acting like an arsehole. And I saw that and I went, should I report that? Or is he doing that deliberately so someone will report it? And he's got his phone on him so he can record it and put it up on like YouTube or whatever. And go, oh, look what happened. I was like, harassed by the police. I'm a victim. Like, where does it end?
Well, hopefully we start throwing lots of dancing goats.
Well, yeah, one would hope. One would hope. You're right.
Okay.
You just seem like you're just staring into nothingness.
Oh, there's
like,
nothing on the screen.
Yeah, there's nothing on the screen, but there could be anything on the screen. I mean, we could now go into... I don't know how we're going for time. See, I don't even know when we started, so I don't know how we're going for time, how it's going at all.
Where are you going to monitor this stuff?
Yeah, but it actually doesn't monitor the time.
Hmm.
Yeah, see, I don't have, say, like, the live stream open. If if I had the live stream open, I'd know how long we've been going
That's
for.
What you need to do.
What is open up the live stream right now?
Hmm.
Well, I can do that, but it's perhaps going to... You know what? Let's just see what's been going on with you. What has been bothering you lately?
It's people in general.
It's just people in general.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, way to throw me off topic.
Live
See.
now.
Oh, here we are.
Live now.
Live now, and yeah, I was supposed to talk about all these Adam goes live for the first time, and to discuss the state of comedy. That's what we were supposed to discuss with the whole Rodney Rude thing. White privilege. That was the
terrible jumping off points.
No, they were actually good jumping off points. And yes, it appears.
Oh, it's loading.
Yeah, it's loading. It's also recording at the moment. Ah, look, it doesn't say how long it's been going for. So we, can't say or see anything. It just says that it's live. That's all that it says.
You'd all be dead now if it wasn't my David.
Yeah, that's
You'd all be
that's
dead
gonna
now if it
help.
wasn't my David.
That's gonna help with listeners.
You'd all be dead now if it wasn't my David.
Yep, there's nothing there.
Go to Harley Street. It's racist.
You go to hell. You go to hell and you die.
Yeah, well,
He
now,
took my toy.
okay.
She
Now you're just
all be dead
pushing.
now if it wasn't my-
You're just pushing
all be
buttons.
dead now if it wasn't-
Yeah, let's just keep pushing buttons and just see how funny it gets.
That's what the bloody Marxists always.
You know what?
You know, it's funny. Sometimes American journalists talk about how bad.
You go to hell. You go to hell and you die.
Go to Harley Street. It's racist.
You know, let's go to a break in the live stream before we go into the letters, and we'll discuss them.
From the editor.
Right, so I'm gonna go, and yeah, we'll see you on the other side of this small break, which I will make into an ad break as the podcast goes on. Okay, and we are back. Apparently after that, so yeah, fuck, what were we going to do? We took a break to fucking, you know, recalibrate and re-go on, and I have completely lost...
Is that a picture of you sitting in front of the couch?
Yeah, that was, yeah. Smoking a pipe.
Faggot.
Yeah, yes. I am such the faggot. Oh, here we go. Letters. Letters to the... Okay, so I should play the... And it's not working. How fucking great is that? Yeah. No, that's good. No, that's great. Hang on. I can fix this, perhaps. Perhaps I can fix it. I thought... Okay, now everything's gone fucking frozen. So I don't know if we're recording, and I don't know if we're streaming.
We'll go back to the live stream.
Yeah, OBS is actually frozen.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting for it to respond, because I've actually done tests where I record and it's frozen during the record, and what I notice is it just keeps recording. And yeah, so okay, yeah, OBS itself has actually frozen, so I have no fucking idea what is going on right now as far as the live stream is concerned. And well, according to this, we're back to, well, we've gone back live. Apparently.
Unmute it for a second, see what it says.
Well, we'll get an echo and it will be 30 seconds behind.
Who cares?
How fucking great is that? Yeah, no, that's good.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's where we're at. So theoretically, if I hit no, let's go to the letters again. Yeah, well, it's not going to go to the letters, so no, we're still broadcasting anyway. The program has just decided on the computer to fuck up. So theoretically, yeah, we're already into the letters to the editor segment. First letter is think about it. Think about kids, rather. I can't help spare a thought for the children of these cheating cricketers. School can be a cruel place. This might have been worth a thought before indulging in such behaviour. And that is from Ray Somerscallis, Glenelg. And now what he is referring to there is...
A bunch of faggots.
That was like months ago when there was the cheating cricketers. And this guy saying spare a thought for their kids, because their kids are going to get bullied at school because their dads cheated at a meaningless game.
Yeah, I don't think the kids care.
Yeah, I don't think anybody cares except for people involved in cricket or people who bet on cricket. Because the only time you care about cheating is when there's money on the line. So you've got money on the line. Yeah, the only people, like, the only reason you could say, it's not right that they're cheating is if you had money riding on them winning and they didn't win. Then it bothers you. Hey, you've got no thoughts on that?
I don't really care. The dude's
right.
a faggot by the sounds of it.
Yeah, fair enough. Second is try useful.
What is this lunatic idea about teaching children there is no gender and they are neither boy or girl? Parents pay school fees for their children to learn the 3 R's and other important subjects to prepare them for the job market, not to be told that they have no gender.
And that is from Judith M. Brown, Walkerville.
Her name's Judith, so enough said.
I said Judith. Yeah, but she's right.
She's also a faggot.
yeah, she's queerly a faggot.
Yeah, I think you classify her as a faggot. Who writes to the newspaper with that sort of...
Well, people like this next one, Wedding
Cook
Blues.
a crumpet and put fucking Vegemite on it, you faggot.
Right, Wedding Blues. Hang on. No, that's alright. I received an email. I thought it might have been about the stream, which, according to this computer, has not been fixed. Wedding Blues. Oh dear, what a shame. The Republican cause is set back another decade, at least. And that is from Philip Bryant Ballahan.
Yeah, we'll come from a major city then, say something, you faggot.
Alright, no, that's a good response to that letter. Fair enough.
Succinct, I would
say. Drive to US.
Why, all of a sudden, is everyone on the bandwagon about SUVs? Whatever happened to them being known as 4x4s? Another Americanism.
And that's from Sue Edwards, Findon.
Well, she's got a point. She's still a fucking homo. Who cares, you stupid cunt?
Well,
really?
she cares.
Really?
Hey, I'm just going to check back in with the stream to see.
Second is try useful.
Okay, it sounds like we are going ahead on the stream, so that gives me something to be positive about, that it is actually being recorded on YouTube anyway. You should sneeze more. Hey.
I'm trying.
Yeah. No, please. It sounds awesome. Gender lunacy. Well done. I paused for that sneeze because I knew it was coming. That's you. Gender lunacy. Would you like to sneeze one more time before we get into it?
You good.
I laughed so hard I coughed. Oh, this is a great fucking podcast. Gender lunacy. I knew just I knew to pause.
Pause.
I knew to. It's great. Sneezy McKeezy.
Easy Japanese.
Oh, easy. Yeah, gender lunacy.
Victorian councils are now going to audit their libraries to remove all references to the terms boy and girl, the advertiser, 21st of the 5th, 2018. When is this lunacy going to stop? We are determined as male or female by our, by our chromosomes, either XX for female or XY for male. These apply to more than 99% of the population. There are a few with genetic errors that can be XXY or XO and a number of other mixes. But why must the politically correct loony left try to take away children's natural definition? The vast majority of us want things to stay the way they are. Stealing children's identities doesn't make things better, but will cause a generation of lost, uncertain, gender-confused children, who in turn will be confused adults. Gender equality will only come when jobs and pay and all other things are determined by merit, not whether you're male or female.
Oh, bullshit. Look at the
Really?
70s. There was a lot of homos then.
Yeah.
How was the Church of England been around? The
Right.
Christians, the Protestants,
Right, it's based on merit.
based on homos.
What do homos have to do with merit?
The church, they got everything. The
No,
whole
but-
church is about fucking children.
Right. She's saying that gender equality will only come when it's based on merit and nothing else.
Your cat begs to differ.
Oh, Ninja the Podcat.
Like it or not, our chromosomes do make us different in our physical abilities and always will do so. Most men are stronger than women, but women have other qualities to balance this. We evolve to complement each other.
You see, I would have to go ahead and disagree with that. Men are just straight out superior. Like, we have this Vulcan ability to just turn off our emotions. We're really strong. We're taller. Like, men just...
Hate cats.
Yeah. No, men are just straight up better. This idea that, there's this, kind of give and take, and that women have that women can bear children. That's it.
Well, the science is yet to prove that.
All right. Well, Andrew's left the podcast. He's gone off to sneeze. Anyway, next letter is criminal leniency. And I meant everything I said about gender. Women, if you're listening, we just kick ass. You don't. Like, yeah, despite what every fucking Marvel film is telling you at the moment, that Scarlett Johansson can do a fucking fancy little fucking spin flip kick and knock over a guy my size, not true. She can do a little spin kick thing, and as soon as her feet touch my body, she comes to an abrupt stop, and I keep going like nothing happened. That's physics. That's biology. Deal with it, cunt face. Criminal leniency.
It is staggering that a gang of teenagers is granted bail to appear in the court after terrorizing and beating innocent people. By the time they appear in court, they'll possibly be repeat offenders.
And that's, again, from Sue Pierce, Fullerton. I have no idea what she's talking about, but, you know, I'm going to say she's probably right, but again, she's a she, so I just have to be doubtful. It could be emotion-based. Okay, so, come back as a man, and I might respect your opinion. Oh! Alright, that didn't work. I meant to hit a sound effect. I meant to hit it again. It's just... Oh, that's right. The program's frozen. Well, that is that, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to check back in because I don't like the idea that I'm just doing this thing and it is not coming up. So I'm just going to check back in with the live stream. I apologize for this. These are bugs that need to be worked out later on.
I like it.
Right, so definitely the podcast is still going to air, and I just don't have the ability to use anything that I set the whole fucking thing up for. So, you know, it's great. Everything is going fucking really well. Fuck, we are almost done, and what I would like to do is be able to stop the podcast after this, but I don't think I'm going to be able to, because the program is frozen to the point and it's still going ahead. I don't know if it's gonna go ahead. Anyway, next letter to the editor is gender quotas. Is the name of it. Yes, okay. Holy shit. Andrew's just started playing TV in the next... started put something on TV. He's clearly given up on this podcast and the idea of the live stream. I have not. Gender quotas.
If SA Union Secretary Joe Scholasky wants gender quotas to boost female members in leadership positions, can he advise when the same policy will be demanded in the education department? The police are congratulating themselves for their 50% target achievement in recruiting. So far, only deafening silence from the education department. And that is from Paul Buxton, rather. Not buttocks, Buxton. That was my dyslexia taking a thing there. Westburn Park. And yeah, I fucking absolutely agree, Paul. Like, when are we going to get, 50% quotas in workplace deaths? Because at the moment, if a man and woman, you take a 20-year-old man and a 20-year-old woman, the man, and one of them dies at work, 90% is the chance that it was the man who died.
Like, you take a young, you take any man and any woman, and then say one of them died at work. You have a 90% chance, if you bet on the man, of being right. But that's something we don't talk about. Like, all manual laboring jobs are done by men. Like, all fucking... where are all the women fucking furniture removalists? Where are all the women, like, tree surgeons, the arborists? Where are they? Where are all the women in the dangerous, low, seemingly low paying? They're not actually low paying, but middle of the ground paying jobs. All these dangerous jobs that pay not, insanely well, but they pay well enough to justify how dangerous they are. Where are all the women in these professions? Where are all the fucking female... they're female... Oh, we got female plumbers over here. We got female... Yeah, where are the female arborists? Where are the female, riggers? Where are the female... any fucking job that incurs an actual risk. Any job that incurs actual physical fucking... anything. Where are the women in that? You only hear from feminists when you're talking about, like, Fortune fucking 500 or whatever the fuck they are jobs. It's only when shit is fucking, like, CEOs. Oh, we need more female CEOs. Why? Because CEOs earn millions and millions of dollars a year. Okay, where else do we need women? Well, we need women in STEM. Like, we need women, like, going into engineering. And we need women going into, like, other things like that. Like, so anything that pays over $200,000 a year. Exactly. We need women going into high-paying jobs. What about the low-paying jobs? What about jobs like mine? Why aren't you, like, what about Fitter and Turner? Who's somebody who, has, literally does backbreaking, or in my case, hip damaging work every day. I have a fucking bad hip from what I do for a living. Where are the feminists pushing for more women to do what I do? Well, your job doesn't pay at least $1 million a year, or it doesn't pay hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Right, so women only care about money? No, that's a stereotype. No, it's not a fucking stereotype. Like, this idea that women can do anything. Yeah, women can do anything as long as there's a shit ton of money in it for them. Women can do anything as long as they get paid handsomely. And yeah, really, really, really fucking handsomely. You know what? I would say was more than, you have handsomely, you're being handsomely rewarded. They're being pretty rewarded. Yeah, pretty is pretty much better than handsome. Because I am generously rewarded for what I do for a living. An engineer is handsomely rewarded for what he does for a living. And, you go beyond that to a CEO. That's where the feminists think all women should be. That's pretty good. Keyword being pretty. Women only care about money and what makes them pretty. Fuck you, feminism. Right, I need to end the podcast now, and I don't know how because the program has frozen, and I know it's still going ahead and it is still streaming. So I'm just going to try and close the program and call this the end of it. I thank you for listening. localragpodcast@gmail.com. At localragpodcast on Insta and Twitter. And yeah, we'll see how I go. I'm just gonna put this out as a podcast, unedited, and if it's recorded, I don't even know. Anyway, this was episode 68 of Local Rag Podcast. The Test. That's what we'll call it. Episode 68. The Test. Alright, Uru. Womp womp. This hasn't stopped recording, has it? Holy shit.
like tree surgeons, the arborists. Where are they? Where are all the women